Why do humans have emotions? Emotions make no sense. One minute you are fine, and the next you are furious because someone walked too slowly in front of you. Or you're crying over a sad movie, even though you know it's fictional. Or you're head over heels obsessed with someone who barely knows you exist. And yet, as irrational as emotions seem, we would not be here without them. Emotions exist because, once upon a time, humans had to survive in a world where logic alone wasn't enough. Imagine an early human standing in front of a hungry predator, calmly weighing their options. That kind of hesitation is a terrible survival strategy. Fear, however, doesn't wait for analysis. It kicks in instantly, triggering fight or flight responses that could mean the difference between life and death. That's why we have emotions like fear, anger, and disgust. They kept our ancestors alive. Fear told them when to run, anger helped them to fight back, and disgust kept them from eating things that might kill them. Even happiness had a function. If something made survival easier, like finding food, forming friendships, or successfully not dying, happiness reinforced that behavior, making them more likely to repeat it. But humans weren't just surviving alone. We needed emotions that helped us connect because being part of a group meant better protection, more food, and a higher chance of passing on genes. That's where social emotions like love, guilt, empathy, and sadness come in. Love helped parents stay attached to their children. Guilt kept people from betraying their communities, and sadness after loss ensured that we would value the connections we made. The humans who lacked these emotions, they were more likely to be left behind or struggle alone, meaning their genes weren't passed on successfully. Over time, evolution rewarded emotional connections because they made survival easier. And then there's romantic love, one of the most overwhelming of all emotions. It makes people obsess, chase, and sometimes completely lose their minds. It's irrational, it overrides common sense, and yet it's also deeply biological. The reason love feels so intense is that our brains treat it like addiction. Romantic attractions floods the brain with dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin, the same chemicals involved in drug addiction. This is not a coincidence. Early humans needed a system that made them stay bonded long enough to raise children together. Without this deep emotional connection, one parent could just walk away. And in an environment where human babies required years of care, that would have been a serious problem. Love wasn't designed to be logical. It was designed to be powerful enough to override every instinct that might tell you to just move on. But love isn't just about staying together. It's also about not losing your partner to someone else. That is why emotions like jealousy and heartbreak exist. If losing a mate meant losing survival resources, it made sense for evolution to create strong emotional punishments for rejection and abandonment. That's why breakups feel catastrophic. Your brain is wired to react as if losing a partner is a life or death situation, even though logically it's not. And that's the frustrating thing about emotions. They evolved in a completely different world than the one we live in today. They were designed for hunter gatherers, not people navigating dating apps or dealing with office politics. But our biology doesn't care. It still responds as if every rejection is a survival threat, every relationship is a life or death bond, and every scary movie is a real predator lurking in the dark. So, the next time you're overwhelmed by your emotions, just remember they're not here to make sense. They are here because without them, humans wouldn't have made it this far. And as frustrating as they are, they're also what make life worth experiencing. Got a weird midnight question keeping you up? Drop it in the comments and maybe it'll be featured in a future episode. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep wondering. I'm Mari and this is Midnight Question.